Beloved Saints, today's 5-minute message of redemptive history is about Zadok in the genealogy of the high priest, part 2, from the 6th book of the redemptive history series, the eternal high priest of the covenantal oath. Last time, we learned how Zadok worked at David's side while David was fleeing from Absalom. We also learned how Zadok actively helped David in his return to the palace. At this time, let us share God's grace together by examining how Zadok established Solomon as king and how he established the lineage of the high priest for generations. When we look in 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 32 to 39, Zadok, together with prophet Nathan, anointed Solomon and made him king as David had commanded. However, priest Abiathar sided with Adonijah, who attempted to take the throne and was expelled from his position of high priest. This is recorded in 1 Kings chapter 2, verses 26 to 27. Until this point in time, two lines of high priests, the line of Eleazar and the line of Ithamar, had held the office of high priesthood together. Until Solomon finished building the temple, the tabernacle was at Gibeon, and the Ark of the Covenant was at the city of David. Since sacrifices were offered to God at both places, priests served at both places. At the time of Solomon's enthronement, Zadok was the priest from the line of Eleazar and Abiathar from the line of Ithamar. However, Abiathar was divested of the high priesthood because he sided with Adonijah the traitor. From this time on, the sons of Zadok from the line of Eleazar monopolized the high priesthood. Everyone, Zadok was able to carry out the duties of the high priest for generations. This is because Zadok faithfully served David and Solomon and fulfilled his duties well. In 1 Samuel 2, verse 35, God said that he would cut off the family of Eli from the priesthood, but would raise up for himself a faithful priest. This faithful priest refers to Samuel at the time, but also historically to Zadok. The word faithful is aman in Hebrew, and it means to believe, to confirm, or to put trust in. Zadok was a person on whom God could rely, and he firmly fulfilled the calling that was entrusted to him. That is why, later on during the period of the Babylonian captivity, prophet Ezekiel prophesied that the priest from the line of Zadok would minister in the new temple that he saw in a vision. Ezekiel 44 verse 15 states, "But the Levitical priests, the sons of Zadok, who kept charge of my sanctuary when the sons of Israel went astray from me, shall come near to me to minister to me, and they shall stand before me to offer me the fat and the blood, declares the Lord God." Ezekiel 48 verse 11 states, "It shall be for the priests who are sanctified of the sons of Zadok, who have kept my charge, who did not go astray when the sons of Israel went astray, as the Levites went astray." Beloved saints, how was Zadok able to carry out his duties so faithfully? It was because Zadok was a seer. 2 Samuel 15 verse 27 states, "The king said also to Zadok the priest, 'Are you not a seer?'" A seer in Hebrew means one who sees, referring to a person who learns of God's will beforehand and proclaims it. Thus, Zadok was faithful in carrying out his calling by trying to make judgments righteously according to God's will and doing his best to fulfill them. Then, are we being faithful in carrying out God's calling like Zadok? Are we doing our best to fulfill God's will as the holy priesthood stated in 1 Peter 2:5 and priest of the gospel in Romans 15 verse 16? As spiritual priests, I pray that we will strive to be holy and be faithful in testifying the word of redemptive history the eternal gospel. By doing so, let us all be acknowledged by God. I bless in the name of the Lord.